I see. Okay. So, yeah, guys, would you mind showing yourself from the camera, please? Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, man.
Okay, I didn't. Oh, okay.
Job set.
I see.
It is I, the Cookie Monster. Hello. Cookie.
Okay, alright, I've been caught totally off guard here. Anyway, so guys, in chat and my fellow guests here, welcome to episode 4 of the Bandit Hideaway. Yeah, wave, guys. Smile and wave, boys, smile and wave. And yeah, as you can see, Denpai has finally moved to Australia, so he's in Flohmega's backyard right now, and yeah.
I'm hanging. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Yeah.
How's it going out there, buddy?
Okay, all right. So without any further ado, because I think I've been bamboozled enough, let's introduce our guest for today, shall we? We're gonna start with Mr. Redrame. How are you doing, my friend? How are you today?
I'm doing pretty alright.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Too much.
Introduce yourself. I know everyone knows, but hey, go on.
Oh,
Introduce yourself.
goddamn.
Yeah, go on, Rabe. Come on.
Say.
I do Gwent stuff sometimes. I'm a manager for Aretuza. I play the Gwents. I compete in the Gwents. I papegaed at the last Gwent Open. Yeah, I stream the Gwents every now and then. Haven't been able to as much because of time. Yeah.
Alright, that's a really good introduction, a simple, direct one. And
also World Cup.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
World Cup is bogus. Yeah, I'm hosting World Cup, baby. Let's go.
Okay.
Usa.
Tomorrow. Ah!
Let's go.
Okay. Okay. Another wonderful guest who we have from the land down under is Mr. Flohmega. How are you doing?
Hello.
Man? How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How you going?
I'm doing well. Would you mind introducing yourself, please?
Yeah, I am Flohmega. I am the general manager / founder of Team Creve, aka
Nice.
Team Australia, aka everything else, really. So yeah, that is me.
Alrighty. And we have this other guest. I'm not really seeing him much around. He's okay. No, I'm kidding. He's my boss. Okay. All right. Denpai, would you mind introducing yourself? Thank you.
You are off Team Bandit Gang, and I'm owning this podcast now. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. It is good to see you guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever it is for you in the world. My name is KingDenpai, and I want to say Den hi to all you fantastic little cuties out there in the call. Sorry, Jesus Christ, in the chat. I saw fucking Kung Fu say call. My name is Fat Specimen. It's good to see you. I've got a little bit of jalapenos here, just on the side, yeah, it's just good day, eh? I can't say anything other than no. In all seriousness, I'm the general manager of Team Bandit Gang. I'm a streamer, a content creator, personality, weird jerk, dickhead, and yeah, I love the community that we're in, and I'm very proud of everything that we do here. So thank you very much, and here's to you guys.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Right. I hope you enjoyed that. And as you can see, guys, I'm the only one who's not in a bathrobe, sadly. But I think one of us had to maintain some kind of a decorum here, right? So. All right, let's get this thing started, guys. So our 2 topics for today. One of them will be obviously Gwenty talk and talk about the upcoming patch, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are eager to hear what Mr. Rame himself has to say. A big pro player, number 1 on the ladder right now. Congratulations to that as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So kicking things off. just in general, thoughts on the new patch. Anyone can go first. Anyone can go ahead. What do you guys think? Is it going?
Honestly,
well?
I think like I'd like to hear Flo's opinion on this.
All right.
I would also like to hear Flo's opinion on this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's have a
so
listen.
I haven't read the patch notes. I know nothing about the new patch, so we could move on to the next
Okay. Shit. All right. This is gonna be a short podcast, guys. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Do what I can.
All right. No. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure many people, want the patch to be a surprise, and I think one of them is Flohmega. He doesn't want to read it. He just wants the patch to come in full swing. Get to see the new cards, on the spot and make a deck.
I did hear that they were changing. They said that they were changing NR, or they were going to rework NR. I don't know if that's in the next patch.
Well,
It's more that they have like changes ahead for NR, not like changing it as a whole or something. Like basically, I think the stockpile is getting some sort of attention.
I feel like they say that every single time. It's we're going to rework stockpile. And they either do it, and then they still decide they need to do it again, or they just don't, and then they pass it on for the next month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. True. But I think
there are no changes to stockpile. They just made full test kind of really good, probably, maybe.
It's just a drummer.
You know what we can talk about though? The
what?
Bloodthirst 3, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
For Ice.
Yeah,
for Ice,
Bloodthirst 3 on Ice. Yeah, but do we really see that being a problem for Skellige to get Bloodthirst?
No.
Yeah.
Not really.
Okay.
You could argue. I would argue, if anything, you could argue it's not enough. Personally, I think it is enough. I don't really mind Ice too much. I don't really want them to kill off the card.
I don't either. No. Of course, I think it'd be good if it's. I
think it probably could have been made 12p too. Honestly, Ice is so crazy strong, and they made Reckless Flurry so good, and yet it's still just going to be outshined by Bog in a Warriors deck. Just
do you know the
due
change?
to the fact that Ice exists.
Flo,
yeah, I know
the
changes.
No,
the unit.
I'm talking about our man who doesn't know anything. Or literally has no idea.
What is it?
Do you know the change to Reckless Flurry?
No. What are they doing to Reckless Flurry?
Well, I mean that's fucking obvious, but no, the change is actually it's getting charges, so you can you get 3 charges, and it damages. You can damage a unit by 3, ignoring armor. So 3, 6, 9. So you have a total of 9. And you can use it one. It basically pop it once for a greatsword, insta value on a greatsword, that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's
I think really the strength of it. Reckless Flurry was already not that bad of a Skellige leader. I was actually playing it the month before Ice came out.
Yeah,
I thought it was an okay option. It's a really strong change. It's just too bad Ice exists for Reckless Flurry because as strong of a change as it is, it's not iced, and that's where I think maybe iced is maybe a little. I honestly want to see the game work towards a point where it can have cards like the current iced exist. I really want to see the power level of cards go up, and I want to see more cards that do interesting things that you can play around more concretely, as opposed to just it being about points versus points.
True.
It feels like Ice can... the value of Ice in a game varies heavily, which I think is good card design. I've seen Ice totally whiff and brick and, actively lose people games, and I've seen Ice, hard carry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that adds more interactivity to the game. It's just right now, Ice is too good compared to everything else in the game. There's so little downside and there's so much upside.
There's just not a lot of incentive for anything else.
They just haven't worked their way to it, and I would definitely nerf the card, at least for the time being.
Yeah, because it's everywhere on the ladder, right? So it does make sense to give it a heavy nerf. But yeah, go ahead, Flo.
It actually, when Slummer said that Ice, he wanted to keep Ice because of the wow factor that the card does, it sort of clicked to me to an extent. A lot of people probably disagree with the card and say, "Oh, it's a bit overtuned, whatever," which is true. But when he said that, I was kind of like, okay, I sort of understand the card now. It is overtuned, yes, but I don't have a problem with it. Just probably
completely changing it would lose the point of the card. Like completely,
exactly.
It doesn't need to be suddenly a drastic. Like it doesn't need an Immelrith sort of treatment or anything, does it? It needs to be like it needs to still be its own thing, but fair, simple as. Like I love that mechanic. I've used ice. I've used ice, not in a like, oh, let's get Bloodthirst 2 or anything like that. Like I use it with discard packages or even self-wounding my own stuff. When you have like a long ship on the board and you kill it down to 1 with iced on the board and it comes back, you feel pretty pog. Like I like that interaction. Like the multiple things you can do with it. It's nice.
Yeah, killing your own shit with Quartermaster from Kaduk is really fun.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think that was the idea behind this card, but with an abusive leader like Blaze of Glory being there, I guess that's just something that they didn't realize would just be insane in point swing. Because when it comes to even mirror matches, you feel so bored watching it, right? Like in the open, I think if you see a BOG versus BOG mirror match, everyone will just go facepalm and be like, oh god, whoever gets last save will just... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I would argue that was an intended interaction. I think that would be pretty hard for them to miss, and I think you can still argue that the card could be sort of fair even with that interaction, even though numerically it's a ton of points. Just because it requires you to commit a leader, it has the veteran keyword. If you have to play it earlier, it's not so good. You really need the Bloodthirst requirement for it to be like really unfair. Like if you're playing just an ice with no Bloodthirst, it's kind of dependent on Bog getting good value to actually be a good play. And a lot of times Bog is not such a great leader. And you're also paying 8 provisions to even be able to use the Bog. So like it's sort of like you have to keep a Jutta in your deck. So it's kind of like a net 4 compared to the 4P that could be in your deck instead.
I've used it to purposely get things on the board that I want. Like for example, I've used Bog with Pirates. So iced into Kra, so Kra has the board state, so you have 2 things to worry about with like iced and Kra there at the same time, and that way I know, well, I have a handful of pirates and stuff like that. Let's just have fun with Kra on the board. If they want to leave ice there, or it basically it guarantees that one of my threatening card factors are going to stick. It's like a weird second wind if you want, even like if you want to play it like that. If you don't want to use it for fucking Bloodthirst 2, get the card out, etc., it's fun.
True.
Which had is demanding bathrobe.
They're demanding bathrobe from Zubin. Do you have a bathrobe, Zubin?
No, I don't.
Imagine not ever taking a bath. Anyway, continue. Ask the question.
Okay. Right. All right. So, and like we've spoken a lot about ice, right? But when it comes to like the changes, do you guys have like a favorite one? Like some change you saw and you're like, okay, this is a good change. That kind of feeling.
I honestly think sorry, I didn't mean to start.
I took a breath. What do you want? Fucking speak. It's fine. Go ahead. You're fine.
I think as far as the changes go, I thought the majority of them were good. I felt like, honestly, I'd be more nitpicking more than like any one change that stood out to me is like, oh yeah, this is a good change. I guess as far as good changes go, I feel like the Eredin change was really overdue and just like kind of obvious. And I'm glad that they were still willing to make it, even though at this point that card is like slightly older news. It just felt like the body being small made it really hard to get dominance. It made it really easy to remove for a card that's like a keystone of a deck. And it's like, it was also just kind of underpowered. So like to me, making it stronger made so much sense on so many levels. So I guess that would be a best change. For me, I think a worse change would be honestly the changes to Syndicate feel a little overgutting. Yeah. I think that the archetype is really cool. And you can say a lot about how broken it is right now, but I kind of like the idea of like a greedy coin crime oriented hybrid Syndicate. The Safecracker is maybe a little bit of a problematic card, just in terms of how much variance it gives games in round 1.
So wait, do you not agree with
like,
do you not agree with the change to safe
I wouldn't necessarily say I don't agree with the change to Safecracker. I think Safecracker is hard, but I do think it's really boring for it to just be a Venendal.
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's true. It's like a very a lazy
I would like
change,
to see them
kind of,
try
right?
to do something else
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, yeah.
They're taking off the Intimidate, are they?
I also think they did the wrong. Yeah, I also think they did the wrong Cleaver nerf. I would have removed.
I think we all think that.
Yeah, we definitely agree on that.
Like,
I think removing
the ceiling
armor
of
is like
Cleaver, the ceiling of Cleaver is still insane. It's now just a more binary card because it's easier to remove.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I think the armor. Like,
I think they either needed to nerf it to Intimidate 0 and then gain 1 Intimidate for each adjacent Crown Splitter, or they needed to nerf it to a fee 5. I think those were like the 2 viable options for a nerf.
It very much feels like Cleaver didn't so much feel like part of the problem, more like if you compare it to other things like Tunnel Drill and stuff like that. I think Cleaver, for its provisions, literally seemed like the card it was meant to be. Like, in all honesty, for the setup and things you had to do with it, like, if you want to adjust it slightly, it's fine. But honestly, I think it was perfectly fine. The armor change, etc. Like, I agree with the Safecrackers, to be honest, because other cards in comparison, like the Elite is one thing, but you can also remember other cards like Hideaways, Tidecloak Hideaways, which require you to have pirates in your hand. They're locked at a power. They don't have any sort of boosty boost or anything like that. I think they made a change to Safecracker that if they didn't make that change, you would have to change all the other boost by X cards, that in your hand or anything like that, like the Elites and the Hideaways. They'd have to have some way to carry around as well if you played them early. So I like the change. Are you fucking shaving? Are you
That's that's Clippers.
Okay. I mean, I personally like your neckbeard, but I like your neckbeard, but it's fine. We're God damn it. In terms of the patch itself on my end, because unlike Flohmega, I did read the patch notes and I'm aware of what's happening. The most exciting thing for me is actually I feel I feel stupid saying it's most exciting because now I can't remember the fucking card. But the what's the Skellige one? The Witcher special thing again? The Armor Up, right? Yeah, Armor Up. Yeah, Armor Up provisions got changed from 5 to 4, and I think it's always been a really solid raid card anyway. And it just makes SK Witchers a little bit easier to build. Not that they're very good, but I'd like them to be good. So I really enjoy the Armor Up change, which is hilarious considering it's now just a 4P, and that's like where I'm getting the most excited. But it's nice. It's nice. I don't know. I like it.
Let's just put that card up for display so people can see it. Yeah, so this is the card, guys.
Thumbs up the camera.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah.
Continue, Zubin.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the card, guys, and yeah, it's gonna be 4 provisions. Next. So, oh my god. All right. So yeah, guys in chat. So if you guys do have any questions about the patch or anything interesting that you guys might want to talk about, please do put it down so we can take a look at it. And
somebody in chat wants to ask about the best trimmer on the market. Redrame, can you elaborate on what the best way to get rid of your facial and/or body hair is?
I honestly have no idea. I kind of just grabbed one. I haven't really tried very many, to be honest. Pay me, goddammit.
oh god. All right.
This one's alright, I guess. It's not like, I don't know. Feels like it about met my expectations.
I see. Huh.
It's no Waterloo, baby. Waterloo.
Right, continue, Professional Zubin.
Professional Zubin, yeah, sure thing. Alright, so with this new patch, have you guys made any sort of theory crafts already? Have you thought of any, ideas? Okay, yeah, Flo is just laughing, it's fine.
I want to hear his answer. I want to hear his answer now. Like, I think
Yes, I have, but they are secret.
they're
I
secret.
can't share them. Yeah,
Denpai,
they're gonna be meta breakers. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah.
Denpai, do you have any sort of a theory craft which you've already put in mind, and you're like, okay, when this patch comes out, this is the first thing I'm going to try.
I mean, like I said before, the Witcher SK stuff seems really fun. So I'd very much like to try and do something with that. As you guys may have seen before, there's a lot of us folk on Team BG have been doing streams where we do challenge climbs to pro. So people have done Invigorate to pro, Onslaught to pro, that sort of fun stuff. All Mercern did a climb with all neutrals. I would love to try an SK Witchers to pro climb. I think that would be really interesting to go from 30 to pro with SK Witchers or something. So I just that sort of stuff is what changes can give more than just the existing game. You can make it you can make it interesting for people who are just starting the game, etc. And also for me to smurf on people who don't know how to play the game. So it'll be great. I can't wait. 100%.
Wow.
What about you, Ready?
I feel some shots coming at my direction here.
Oh, fucking rip ball, by the way. R.I.P.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's a good transition into what I was gonna try to do.
Yeah, that's that. Well, Soldier Swarm, right? Or soldiers in general are
No,
gonna be better.
the first thing I'm
right?
gonna do. There's an obligation. There's a ritual as a pro player in Gwent. The first thing you do every month is you find a way to abuse the shit out of Ball. There's no way Ball is like actually dead.
Yeah,
No, of course.
Yeah.
Ball is
course
so
not.
fuck. Like, as it's a huge nerf, but like there are enough other good aristocrats. I honestly believe that like Magpie's spy deck or like something along those veins could still be good next patch, and like that just wasn't being explored because there are other ways of doing Nilfgaard better right now.
Yeah, like using Kagir's dad.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Kabir's
maybe.
dad.
I don't know.
That's a
Purify
really bad
all
card.
in a row.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
not
this one.
Yeah.
This one. See, Alec, he is I don't know. Like, this is a card they really need to rethink completely, right? It's 7 provisions, it's 5 power, and it just purifies all allied units on this row. Imagine if you have a defender that gets purified as well.
It's perfect. It's a great card. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? It's perfect. It doesn't need changing. It's
So
great.
Yeah.
it's Spring Equinox on a body. That's basically what it is.
Hell
So,
yeah.
So they need to rethink that. But yeah, I think Ball is definitely not dead. Like, I think even I did say it once, but I was just kidding. Like, Ball is definitely gonna be tried out by a lot of people even after the patch. But I think the main change was Emir, right? Giving you that control of the spying unit you want to bring back.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
I don't think that matters that much, honestly.
Yeah. But what about Cantarella and stuff, right? You don't really need to bring it back. You can at least keep it there. You know what I mean? If you want to coup the
Yeah,
Cantarella
sure.
kind of thing.
I mean, it's better than not doing it, right? But I don't really see it as like, oh, this is what Emir needed to be great. I think Emir already was just kind of a fine card. It's just
run the
you
Rot
need to
Tosser
run a
again.
really greedy deck for it. Okay, yeah, with Rot Tosser it matters a little bit.
you don't want to pull the Rot
I
Tosser.
remember playing Self-Poison NG for a meme stream once, where I was just abusing Emir and Rot Tosser.
Yeah,
That was
that's
pretty fun.
Wait, I've got a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Will soldiers, elder bears come back?
I don't know.
Will that ever be a thing again? Because I miss that deck.
I
the
didn't
sky
get to see
blue?
the full extent of those changes.
Like, only soldiers are getting better, like, that's for sure, because Imperial Formation is getting a buff, right? Where if you play a soldier with, you get armor, 1 armor for each adjacent soldier to it. So you get this kind of synergy with crossbowmen, and you get this sort of synergy with the Imperial Enforcers and stuff like that. So it is seeing love, but I don't think the bear part, I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm not a believer in either soldiers or bears, really.
Did you change it to any of the elder bears?
I think Stefan got a prov.
Oh yeah,
Like,
actually, yeah.
Damien got something, maybe, I don't know.
Damien's a 6 now.
Yeah, Damien's a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stefan is now a 9 provision, so you can run him in Siri Nova decks and shit. Renew target, etc. That kind of stuff. So if you want if you want to go for a really overcomplicated Mega Joachim, you could definitely use Stefan for that if you want. I mean, Imperial Formation is a really interesting change to me, where you're getting, what is it? You're getting, if it's, you get, how much armor is it? Like 2 armor for adjacent soldiers when you boost them?
One armor for each adjacent soldier, so up to 2. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So you boost a unit, and if it's adjacent to other soldiers, it gives it some armor, which is pretty pog. I like that idea.
Oh, it's only when you boost them. I didn't actually realize that.
I think it's boost, isn't it? I could be completely wrong, actually.
I thought it might have been a passive.
It's just it's a passive for each adjacent soldier. That's it.
Oh,
so it's
okay,
like
Sorry. Yeah,
you play the brigade.
I was gonna
for
say,
example,
if it's a boost, that's honestly really weak.
Yeah,
I think
it's like dwarves then, right?
Consideration. Yeah,
like
I think
dwarves,
it's a little bit like dwarves.
It's a little bit.
I think it's fine. That ability was quite weak. It wasn't like weak because all of the Nilfgaard abilities, I think, just baseline are weaker than the other factions right now, which is a design that I'm glad that they're not like hard committing to.
What do you feel about double
like
cross?
Card leaders need to be stronger, and some of their cards need to be a little weaker.
I hate double cross, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, double cross is like the one leader that's like sort of on a vaguely normal power level, and it's kind of obnoxious because it just gets ran. It doesn't really have synergy with the deck usually.
So what's a potential change you think, Redrame? Like, what do you think is a good change to double cross to, kind of maybe tone it down a bit, but not kill the leader like how they did Lockdown? So yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think I would just give it a numeric change. I don't think the effect existing in the game is necessarily horrible. I think it makes a lot of sense if, like, I would want it to be good enough to be played in like Assimilate, but not in like Ball. Would be like the power level I would be aiming for. So, like, to me, it's pretty much just. Does it need 17 fucking provisions?
That's how I feel. My Earth sign is 16 now. Change that shit.
That's true. So I think making it 15 would be viable, you think? Making this a 15 probably?
Yeah, 15 or 16, one of those two, I think.
Yeah.
Depending on how harshly you felt about it. Probably 16, honestly. I don't think it's like a 5th. Like, again, especially if they were going to bring some other Nilfgaard leaders up a little bit. I don't really think it needs... Like, running the one leader they have totally into the ground seems a little overkill. I'd probably take one... I'd probably shave, like, one provision off and then try to improve the other Nilfgaard leaders a little bit. And then... I guess they did address Ball, which is the #1 card that's, like... The reason why Nilfgaard leaders can't be made stronger is just because that card is so insane. So if you give them like any other win conditions, suddenly they just get to save their ball for round 3 and destroy you.
One person in chat said make double cross playable possibly only when you have 5 cards or something. Kind of like give this adrenaline.
I don't know. I don't like restricting the leader further. That just seems silly.
I think it's maybe too much of cucking the leader there. It's a bit too much.
I don't actually think that cucks the leader as much as a numeric change. I think quite often you play the leader in those sorts of positions. I just think it takes away from like the fun factor and a lot of it's giving you fewer options, which I don't think is like, it's suddenly this leader's going to be healthy now because you can only play it with like Adrenaline 5 or whatever.
What do you think about Odrin?
I was not familiar with that change.
There's no change. What do you think about Odrin? Do you find him cute? I think he's great.
Premium. Zub.
Yeah.
Not even
you
premium.
Yeah, come on, transmute that, son. Transmute that. What are you fucking doing? Spend the dust on it. I'm your boss. You do it, damn it. That's an order. There we go. I was gonna say, you either transmute that or you're off Bandit Gang, goddammit. Good lad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, what do you think about it?
Get rid of Inspired on it.
Get rid of Inspired. Direct boost self by 2, yeah?
It's in the same vein as stuff like Glynis and Sir Skewertooth, and none of them have like other like weird fucking conditions to boost themselves by 2. but you have to just boot. Like I would love to just run it as like a warfare engine, but no, I need to boost it as well to get value from it, and it's like, dude, fuck that.
Yep, true.
I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
Well, Flo didn't say anything about it. What do you think?
It will be. It needs a lot of work. This card, man. Like, yeah, I don't see the warfare payoff as a thing with this card. It doesn't really inspired, right? It's what is it?
It's inspired. Yeah. So inspired is when it's boosted.
Yeah.
So resupply is when you play a warfare card, and that effect only happens when it's inspired, which is pretty sad. You know, that's what people are saying. Like other cards have this instant assimilate to, harmony to, thrive to, and stuff like that. But this has this kind of condition for that +1 factor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which feels.
I'm not sure. I wouldn't know, to be honest. Like, I'd be interested to see what they do with NR as a whole, because they did say that they were going to make changes to the faction. So who knows where they go with it? I guess.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Denpai, I have a question for you. Are you ready?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So-
I'm ready, buddy. Go.
So, I just want to ask you how you feel about your meme status. Your perception about the new, the cards, and then this meme status that you want to uphold, and I want you to compare it with your more serious elements of Gwent.
Okay, that's a question. Yeah. So, I mean, I think it says a lot that me, Flo, and Redrame are here on a podcast with, in nothing but bathrobes and all that. I love these boys. These are my brothers in arms. Exactly. Titties out, all that stuff, baby. There you go. You know what you love. You know what you. Oh, okay. All right. Well, Big Daddy's giving me the whole thing. That's everything there. If you're listening to this on Spotify, you can't see it, but I'll try and describe Redrame's titties. They're pretty big. They're nice, round, supple. I'd call them kissable. I'd kiss them. That's they're pretty good. Yeah, Spotify listeners, I can't even do it justice. Please watch this on YouTube if you get the chance. Holy shit, I actually feel intimidated by Redrame's threatening aura. Genuinely, like, holy shit. I guess I'll join him.
Oh my god.
There we go. All right, there we go. Jesus Christ.
It's beautiful, man.
This is the word. Like, this is the segment where I'm trying to talk about me being serious.
We need Zuby in a robe now. That's what we need.
Zuby, I don't know why you're not wearing a robe.
Where's your robe, Zub? Come on.
It's called maintaining decorum, guys.
Where are your titties, Flo? Where are your titties at, buddy?
Right here. I got none, man.
You got nothing? You got. Oh, there we go. Look at those pepperoni slices. Yeah,
there's something.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I see.
A little bit of jiggle. This is so, Zuby. You don't understand, but like sometimes, like when you're a bro, you just sort of bond with your bros. Like this is like bonding, Have you never done this? Have you never done this before? You just take your titty. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. My wife just walked by. So yeah, trying to talk about that question. No, okay, so I'll be serious a little bit. I'll be genuinely serious here for a moment.
Thank you.
I'm known as a memer, and I think a lot of us are, Flo's a funny guy. Redrame's definitely big Rame Gachi, ha ha ha. But I think a lot of people don't give some of us the credit in terms of being more serious. Like, there is a serious side to us. We are management of teams and stuff. Like, we do quite a bit. And Redrame's got the justification in his pro side of things, but I try and I have a serious side. I like to, I've worked in education. I've worked in the video games industry. I've done a lot of things. And why are you laughing at? My wife is smiling. You're ruining this whole thing.
Well,
You're ruining my credit. You're not justifying it.
So well.
Thank you. What? Get out of here. Go walk the dog. What are you doing? What are you doing? She's just giggling. No, there's for me, you turn the stream off, you leave me to my own devices and sort of things like that, and I can definitely sit back and just sort of like say, all right, well, I'd like to climb, or I'd like to write this, or let's look at team management, let's see what we can do, all that sort of thing. But in terms of like outer perception, I'm a fun guy. I like to have fun. I like to joke. I like to meme. If you want to see serious Denpai, you're probably not really ever going to see him, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean that it's not there. That doesn't mean that everything's a joke. That doesn't mean the team to me is a joke. That doesn't, mean that, my social media presence, how I carry myself is a joke. I can pull it back. I can dial it down, etc. That kind of stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I'd just say that like there's a time and place. And for me, most of the time, I'm just having fun. That's the big thing. Why are you fucking shaving with a pair of scissors? What the fuck is wrong with you? What are you doing? What? Don't nod at me. Stop nodding at me. Don't give me that. What are you doing?
I see. So was that the end of your answer, Mr. Denpai?
I don't know. I can continue talking for 20 more minutes if you want.
No, thank you.
I just thought it provided the necessary backdrop for your to help you establish your serious side. Let's go.
I'm serious and I'm here. Let's go.
I see.
I'm serious too, baby. Let's go.
Okay. But, okay, one question for you, Reem. So, in this upcoming patch, so we are not going to be seeing any changes when it comes to monsters and the Araka Swarm shenanigans, right? So, do you really think that it required any sort of attention, or do you think it's still, like, it's okay and the deck was fine as it is?
My prediction is that it will be totally fine next month. I think the other front runners will be Full Test and Skellige, and I think that Araka Swarm is more of an anti-meta deck than a meta deck. I think it's kind of trying to, like... I think that it's finding a lot of success right now just because Syndicate and Nilfgaard are very popular factions. And against stuff like Skellige and Full Test, I could honestly see it really struggling. There are ways to build the deck like more mid-rangey. It does have like a decent number of points in its own right. I think you'll probably still get a chance to play that sort of deck, but I do think that it's... I don't really view Araka Swarm as like, oh, the best deck right now or anything like that. I view it as like a good deck in response to the current metagame. I don't really view it as like what's driving the metagame. I feel like that honor goes to Syndicate.
Alright. But, given that Syndicate got, considerable nerfs when it comes to its safecracker thing and, Cleaver being, a little easier to answer and stuff, do you think Arakas will have that little nudge over that deck, you think? Like when it comes...
I think relative to Syndicate, sure, but I think that there are other decks. Like, I think in addition to Syndicate, Skellige is very, very high power. God damn it. I never thought I would get a taste of my own medicine here, I'll be honest.
I've got you, you fuck.
I thought that this would be a nice, wholesome, one-way Denpai bully stream.
How dare you? Never
God
think
damn
that.
It.
And yeah, that is true.
I'm on vacation.
Yeah, before. So yeah, Bombton put a very good point that we actually don't know all the changes. This is actually like an overview of most of the changes that
it
we've
is the
seen.
thing where I'm scared to say anything too committal without just actually getting to read the patch notes, because I swear every fucking time it's like, oh yeah, here are all the relevant changes, and then like day before the patch, here are the actual changes. Like half of them that aren't shown end up being relevant, and it's like, Keck, wait.
Yeah, who knows? It could be something to do with Arakas. Who knows?
I will say, given the current power level of decks and what wasn't nerfed, I am very confident in saying that Skellige will be good. And given the buffs that we've seen, I'm pretty confident in saying that Full Test will be good.
So like Full Test is genuinely good now?
Those are my picks for front runners going into the next meta. And I think that given that, Araka Swarm is like not looking that amazing.
What did they change with Full Test?
They boosted the
I don't
leader.
have this guy yet.
They reverted the leader from like literally the days where it was like the most broken deck ever made in Homecoming. Like it boosts shit by
right.
2 again.
Right. So yeah, if you see Inspired Zeal, they have made Inspired Zeal now unit by 2 instead of keeping it 1.
Yeah.
So that's basically the old Inspired Zeal apparently, and they've reverted it back to the more broken version. So yeah.
It's more value than it looks too, because suddenly your Selkirk kills like anything, as opposed to actually being restricted towards killing like a moderate to large threat in terms of like size.
Yeah, and Foltest basically became 6 power and I think 11 provisions, right? And
the new Foltest is also nuts as fuck.
Yeah, and he got this passive, which is like a drummer Flohmega, which is boost the unit on the right by 1. So he himself will boost stuff on the right by 1 as well, and get his that ability of let's put the same copy of the bronze back in the bottom of the deck. So he's kind of an engine on his own completely, And on top of that, they've buffed this back to what it was. So
it's totally fair.
Yeah.
I think everything that's happened in Gwent since then, I think it's only right to start sort of buffing everything at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think they've made some good long-term changes this patch. I think a lot of the changes, at least, I like that this time it felt like all of the changes at least theoretically made sense in terms of what they were trying to do. Because there are some patches where it's just like, you see a change and you're just like, okay, what was this trying to do? And that can just be kind of frustrating at times. I felt like there was always a reason this time around. But like with that being said, I do think that they miscalibrated on Foltest. I think that both the card and the leader are a little bit stronger than they need to be. In order to push that archetype, I think that we will see I think it'll be scary, honestly. That deck is not that bad right now.
And what about Meave? I mean, they've done this counter reset thing, but is that really a buff?
Shit card still sucks ass.
Yeah, honestly, that was how I read the card the first time around, and I still thought it sucked ass. I was just really disappointed that it wasn't even that. I'm glad that they at least tried to make it something that, in theory, you could get a payoff out of. It still sucks ass.
It's just so bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah, it requires a way more, convincing change if people want to run it. Something like what Iced is, right? Like, you look at the card and you're like, okay, this is auto-include because it just is guaranteed points with setup, right? But Meave is not guaranteed. You just lock it, for example, and it's dead or something, Or if you're facing imprisonment, it's, you can't do anything about it. So, and another change was Pincer Maneuver. Are you guys sleeping?
They took away the boost, right?
And they gave it 2 charges, so you can do it twice.
Yeah. As far as the new leaders go, I think Pincer Maneuver still sucks ass. I think Invigorate might be good if ST gets good engines, but I'm not sure that the movement stuff is good enough right now. I think Reckless Flurry will be really good if there's any deck that doesn't use Iced. And there is some potential for non-warrior decks, like Madoc SK is okay. And a leader like Flurry could help push that.
Redrame, what do you think about Pirates?
They got the wrong change. I really want to like Pirates, but Proc being even better when it sticks just isn't the change that deck needed. Croc was already pretty good when it stuck, and already just too shit when it got answered. Because it's the armor doesn't do anything without the Croc duel.
Yeah.
Denpai
just
wants his pirates to be OP for once, But Croc did get a buff where it's basically onslaught on a card now, right? So
when is my pirates gonna get their due?
I mean, Anagat is kind of a duel, It's not.
Shut up! That's not a pirate. That's a witcher.
True. But yeah, okay. What would you want a change in Denpai then? If it's pirates, what are you looking for?
All right. Let's see here. Iced becomes a pirate. Okay, no. Genuine changes to pirates. I thought about this quite a bit, actually. First off, they need a tutor of some kind. Like, they definitely need a tutor. So, give me, like a Blood Eagle level pirate or something. I don't know what I would do specifically to give a tutor to a pirate, but if I could tutor a pirate, that would be great. Raiding fleet needs a change to allow you to play ships along, because you have things like Tidecloak Hideaways, where you can boost by every pirate in your hand. And you also have Dim warships, which are fucking great, but necessarily you wouldn't run Raiding Fleet to tutor out your ships if you're running both in the same deck, because in round 1, you do not want the Death Wish ship to just, like, pull nothing. It's really bad. So Raiding Fleet needs some sort of condition that can help you use ships better. Whether that's Devotion, play any bronze ship from your deck, or... if you have X amount of ships in your deck, then you can tutor out a specific ship, stuff like that. I think that really needs like a change to be able to tutor out ships appropriately, because ships in Pirates, unsurprisingly, go in hand quite a bit, and it's just really awkward to play some of them. And that's one of the worst things about Pirates is sequencing is really tough with them. You've got so many things you want to play first, but then you play this, you fuck those points up, you lose a point on this, etc., etc. It's just real. Why do you keep nodding like you're listening? Don't you fucking patronize me, Redrame. I see you. What are you doing? You motherfucker.
I was listening. Carry on.
Okay. All right. Well,
Something raiding fleet, warship, anti-synergy, garbage, I agree. Yeah.
Dickhead. Yeah, no, that's the only thing I can really think about is improve the sequencing, give us a tutor, give us maybe some more viable pirate cards that can help out a little bit. Give us the pirate iced, that sort of stuff. I don't know.
Yep, I think Ellis in chat also mentioned the very same thing about pirates needing a tutor, right? Because
actually, what would you give as a leader ability to pirates? What do you think would benefit them? That's actually a curious case. If you could give pirates a leader, now that's give armor to something, I guess. Like, I don't know. That's a fun one. I don't know. There's a lot of things you could probably do there, but it's.
I hope that quite a bit. I hope they don't recreate another pincer maneuver for Skellige. Like, okay, you can draw a Skellige unit and you can put one back. Charges 2 or something. But yeah, for pirates specifically, I don't know really. I'm really not sure. Maybe I think, as Alice is saying again, maybe Onslaught could get a rework. Who knows? Because Krak anyway has that ability now, right? And maybe Onslaught can see some difference and give that pirate deck a little nudge, so it is a better choice. Because I think if you play pirates, it might be fun, but I think as Rame himself said, Warriors is still going to be OP, because Skellige Warriors is definitely going to be on the menu for sure. So pirates won't even survive.
Real talk. I thought of a good pirate fix.
Okay.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Dim Pirate is the most confusing fucking card ever.
How? What do you mean?
It's like you cancel the ability if you control a ship, but like the ability is on average supposed to be good. Like what it should really be is if you control a skip, you get to tutor a unit, and then you can actually use the warship with raiding fleet.
Okay, I could see that.
Like that would actually be really nice. Like that would be cool synergy if you play pirates and then play warships and then get to res shit earlier.
I think honestly, yeah, some level of like thinning your deck or something should be an element of pirates, because you think about pirates and you think about them, fucking on the high seas coming in and all that stuff. If they worked a little bit more in tandem with other units, I mean, I obviously understand tempo is really hard to manage and stuff like that, but I like that idea. I think that's pretty cool. But alternatively, just if you want to make pirates good, just delete Nilfgaard from the game.
I don't think the pirates' biggest enemy is their faction itself. I think, right, and that's warriors. I don't think.
Yep.
I think Warriors just steps on pirates, right? So
everything, Warriors steps on everything at the moment. Like we've already said, it's just difficult. It's so
You
difficult
could argue. You could really argue that Warriors are the best deck in the game right now. Like it's either Warriors or Syndicate in terms of raw power, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%.
And as Sawyer said, everything also steps on pirates. He's not exactly wrong. What? Go ahead, Denpai. You were gonna say something.
What? No, I was just saying in that general comment because Sawyer, as a dart loving individual, can't understand the wonderfulness that is pirates and on the sea, plundering booty, all that stuff. Like he can't appreciate it. He doesn't understand, and that's fine. That's fine to be wrong. It's okay. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm here on my vacation. I don't care what Sawyer says.
All right, and apart from these discussions that we've had, is there any specific change that you expected and you're like, I don't see it? Okay, maybe next patch. That kind of feeling. Anything specific?
I mean, I saw the Syndicate changes coming. That was pretty much like a sort of obvious.
So you were
one.
satisfied with that, right? Like, okay, Syndicate's finally getting the nerf that it needs? Or do you think it's an over nerf?
The Cleaver is the only over nerf for me. I don't. I know that some people think that safe crackers could have stayed, etc. I agree with the safe cracker change. Personally, I don't. I mean, I'm not. It's not even that I agree. I don't mind it. I'm not fussed. Cleaver is the one I don't mind. But for me, I think out of a change that I expected to happen, that didn't happen. Oh man, that is I mean. They honestly actually addressed a lot of stuff I've been frustrated with over the last 2 months. Giving them their due. There's nothing that I would say is really. There's not anything that's left to the wayside, I suppose. That isn't. I mean, I think maybe the odd one out still is that fucking tunnel drill. I think. I don't know. I don't know if I agree if tunnel drill is. I think it's still quite powerful. But I know the pockets and the setup and the coins and everything like that makes it a little convoluted. But I don't know. I think,
Yeah, there's one comment there. The thing is, Intimidate is supposed to, go with crimes and give that crime deck that, feeling that okay, you can at least dominate around if you set up these engines. But if you're killing these Intimidate cards, one by one, it's kind of feeling like it doesn't have that specialty anymore. Right.
The only Intimidate that I see you getting value from really is Sir Skewertooth, I suppose, then in that respect.
Skewertooth or the Bare Knuckle Brawler, I think, right? Who you can maybe tutor from.
Well, you run.
Either card is
Portal.
that amazing. I would run both personally.
Portal and the old crimes package with portals and mutants or brawlers and all that stuff. It's just not. It really does eliminate Intimidate. Because half the time, most Intimidate cards play for what, fucking +2? Most of the time, you drop a Louisa down or something like that, or anything that just does have Intimidate. The Safecrackers really did carry that whole thing. If you compare it to things like Assimilate, which fucking dominate over around, if you can get it off properly and you're getting good bronzes and stuff like that, they work in tandem. Intimidate now, I guess it does feel kind of dead. But I think personally, the reason I'm not upset about Safecrackers getting the Intimidate gone is because it's attached to the boost self by card thing. When you compare it to the other boost self by cards, Tide Cloak Hideaways boosts, for every pirate in your hand, the Venendal Elites, whatever the elf card is, boost by elves in hand, etc. That sort of thing. If you compare it to that, I don't necessarily know if those cards needed Intimidate. I don't know if Safecrackers needed Intimidate specifically. If you want to carry Intimidate, give it to a different card that isn't a tempo swing like that. In my opinion, I think you could do that instead, because you want to have it on even playing field with all the other things that boost. Because otherwise, it's just Safecrackers are the odd ones out. Then they get it removed, and then it's okay, well, where's Intimidate? And we run into this exact situation.
Yeah. And Flo, were you going to comment something?
I mean, like it's a bit tough for me because like I played the old crimes quite a lot. I enjoyed that deck, so it kind of sucks seeing the intimidate tag gone. But at the same time, I think it probably did need it. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, I guess.
All right, and two things from chat. So one is like, I think Sawyer was. I mean, I kind of agree with it as well. Making overwhelming hunger again 3 charges. Because I think fine, they made the Ekimara into a 3-power unit, giving that indirect buff to the Blood Moon effect as well with the Crimson Curse. But giving the fact that they made it 2 charges only because of a card like V, don't you think that leader requires some kind of a revert back to the 3 charges thing? Like, what do you guys think about that?
I don't know, because it kind of just feels like a buff to Vi, right? If you just do that.
Yeah, but the thing
not
is,
really. I agree with the principle. I thought that when they made the overwhelming hunger change, it was a little bit stupid to be nerfing a leader because of Vi, rather than the other way around. With that being said, I think overwhelming hunger baseline in both a Vi and a Death Wish deck was pretty strong as a leader. And I think honestly I think the bigger problem with Death Wish is that Death Wish cards suck ass. And so I think that maybe the better solution would be, like, long-term from a design perspective, to keep Overwhelming Hunger at 2 and make Death Wish cards not suck ass. And I think that they were kind of going in that direction with, like, the Urn change. Even though personally I'm not sold that Urn is a good TA now. I feel like the thing that a lot of people are missing about the new Urn is that you're going to be on blue coin.
Yeah.
And the Death Wish cards especially suck ass if you play them from blue coin. And they especially suck ass if you're trying to get the value out of the same effect twice from blue coin.
Yeah.
Like, if you actually start running through the options, you want to consume the unit that you earn. So, like, playing 2 Foglets is bad because the effect is row locked, and you're going to be giving Weather 6 to 1 row from blue coin. It's really awkward. Playing, like, finding 2 Maruna or Manticore targets is really hard. And, like, even if you do, you end up having to commit the Maruna or the Manticore. And, like, your deck is usually going to be somewhat mid-rangey. And the biggest strength of that deck is Indraga Larva. So it's like, why are you not just using Indraga Larva to win round 1 for free? Or, like, your cheaper cards with, like, Harpy Eggs and a bias. Like, to me, the best use of Urn is still Harpy Egg. So I don't really see it as that much of a buff.
Yeah. But like, and if Flo wasn't aware, like, basically Urn of Shadows now will trigger any Death Wish you want. It's not bronze anymore.
Yeah.
So
it's a change. It's a change that sounds pog, and then in practice is like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm glad they're making it. I think it's allowable for sure.
Go ahead.
They're at least trying to.
No. I'm thinking of the wrong card. Never mind.
No,
all good.
I mean, the main thing for Overwhelming Hunger, why I want 3, I didn't realize this literally until I tried playing the deck. Like, this isn't anything worth any value, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. I want Overwhelming Hunger 3 back so I can fucking single turn eat all my Noon Wraiths and clog their board with rats again. I have to wait now, and that makes me upset. Like, it's just, I used to be able to do it all at once. All 3 of them could go, and it makes me sad.
Yeah. That is really sad.
That is actually a good point. But I think the main thing about the new stratagem is, I think, the poison one. I think Basilisk Venom, which is going to be basically poison any unit and not only a random unit. It can be quite toxic.
I've already thought about this. Syndicate self-poison and the location. The location.
Oh.
Switch it around. Let's
Bust
go.
him.
My man's living in 2023 right now. Look at you.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Well, all of you agreed with it as well.
I mean, let's go. I think Syndicate Self-Poison's OP. Really good.
Definitely. It's definitely something which is OP. There's no doubt about that. And now that you can choose whatever you want to poison is quite toxic. And then we had the Curse Scroll change, which is basically add any card to your hand and you can shuffle another card back to your deck. So it's not look at 3 anymore. It's like any card you want, okay, get it. It's in your
Oh, I
hand.
just forgot. You were asking about things that I'll be playing and things that I'm excited about. Dude, Coral.
Yeah.
Coral's back to normal.
Oh,
True.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Coral's a card again.
True.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I like that.
right.
I forgot
Yeah.
to mention that. It's good for some memes.
I mean, it is just going to be lippy fodder. I don't know how I
that's
feel about it being lippy fodder, but like, yeah, why not? Lippy's garbage enough now.
Yeah.
It's fun.
But like, what do you think about this change, Redrame? Is it a good one? Curse roll? Do you think it's like an indirect buff to V maybe? Because this is like one extra guaranteed V or something like that on blue coin, which can be pretty annoying, right?
I can see it.
And you can get Onero no matter what. You will draw Onero if you have this on blue coin. You will never miss it because you can just add it to your hand.
That's
it also
interesting.
costs you 5 points.
True.
5 points is a lot of points, and usually the TA is worth more than 5 points because
Yeah.
boosting an engine can be really powerful
True.
in some situations.
You're also fishing for a tutor, which could probably get you more points, I guess, as well, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's another
mean,
way to tutor into the Land of
If you
Fables
think
combo.
best case scenario, I think your point about Vi might be actually on the money. I do
Yeah.
think it could be interesting in Vi, although it does mean that it's going to be harder to stick a Slizzard, which
Definitely.
is another thing to note.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like your
in
consume
this
surviving is hard.
situation, yeah. Vi does kind of rarely care about the 5 points as long as you stick a consume and just start playing Vi's, though. Like, it's
Yeah.
the type of deck that could genuinely want that effect enough.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't really think I would run it. I think that they can get away with it. I think it's a cool buff.
Yeah.
You definitely at least could consider it now. It's like off by less for sure.
Yeah.
And maybe
Oh,
there's
Vipper.
something I'm forgetting about. Like,
And yeah, Vipper.
But-
The Vipper deck. It already
yeah,
runs it.
cool.
So
your full combo decks, Curse Scroll is probably going to be great as a meme. Like, I think it's a good change. For sure.
I mean, Arch Griffin would have been good, yeah, but now that Pincer Maneuver doesn't have that boost effect anymore, I think Arch Griffin got that slight, sad nerf.
Yeah,
to
that's what was keeping Arch Griffin down.
Yeah, it's a good card,
Oh,
man.
man.
You have cards like V and then you have cards like Arch Griffin, perfectly balanced.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you something about Arch Griffin, man.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you something about Arch Griffin. I'd
Go
sooner
ahead.
fucking play Iris's Companions than I'd play fucking Arch Griffin. Holy shit. Like, honestly.
I mean, it's so good. I
I'd
haven't
play
even
Kahir's
casted.
dad.
No.
Not even
I
Like,
remember
when-
when I wasn't breaking the 2300 barrier with my Cohen stockpile list, and then I just switched to Arch Griffin, and my win rate was like literally 0%. It was really impressive at like 2300. I just dropped it no time flat, baby. It was beautiful.
Please teach me your ways.
Jeez.
Okay, one serious question from chat as well. It is for Redrame. So, what do you think about Syndicate Swarm Devotion? Next patch, will it come back into the meta? You think?
In my opinion, no.
Okay.
I think that the biggest problem. I like the change to Horson Jr. a lot. I think it's a cool change. I think it's a deserving card of the change. It's mostly a utility buff, which I think is cool because now you have more options on how to play it. With that being said, it's like not really a super. Damn it! What's going on?
He drank his jalapeno juice. Continue, please.
Shit. No. Well, that's his problem now. Anyways, maybe it's not his problem.
Please continue.
Jalapenos on the beach. Sounds like the life, dude.
Yeah. God damn it! I keep forgetting he's on the beach. Oh man.
I'm on vacation, baby. It's great.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Fuck. But
SY
Okay.
Swarm.
I don't really see it as a card that's like actively pushing Swarm or Crimes.
Mhm.
Like to me, it just looks like a good value card, and I think Swarm or Crimes are generally not looking for value cards as much, just because you need to have a critical mass of Swarm for like the Swarm stuff to be good.
True.
Or you need to have like a critical mass of like intimidate cards and crimes for the crime stuff to be good.
Right. So so it might be seen by people trying it out, but it's definitely not going to be meta, is what you're saying, right?
What I'm saying is, honestly, I think in the final version of that list, Horson Jr. might still be a good enough card to make the cut.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's not aggressively pushing the archetype. It's not like, oh yeah, this card is what's going to make Swarm good. It's just a good card, and Swarm is just too far gone. They would need to make more changes to Swarm, and I hope they do. Like, that is, like, I think if there is one thing that maybe was a little bit omitted from these patch changes, it was that they murdered the one deck Syndicate has right now and didn't really give them any compensation. You could argue that that's because of the self-poison buffs, which were completely overshadowed by this new crime deck. But honestly, I don't think the self-poison buffs will quite get them there, although I do think that it'll be a more legitimate archetype than it was. I will still be interested to try it, and I'll definitely toy around with it.
I want witch hunters, man. I just want witch hunters. Like, there's so many. Well, not even a meme. Tamara Stranger exists, and she boosts all witch hunters in hand, deck, etc. All that stuff. They have like 6, I think, or like 5 or something. Like, put witch hunters in the fucking game. Put it in the game. Put it right now. Count the witch hunters in the game.
Vesemir has never looked so good in my life.
Yeah. How many witch hunters are there in the actual fucking game?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 3 of them are bronzes. So 2 of them are bronzes, so you can get multiple.
It's awful. It's terrible. Like, Syndicate has like the support. Like it has the. It has like that whole like like the smallest faction baby kind of thing. I say, like, if you also put pirates in that fucking search bar right now for Syndicate, there's barely any SY pirates as well. Like they're you have the cross faction stuff.
Pirates Cove.
Oh yeah, Pirates Cove. Oh joy, fantastic.
These are the Syndicate pirates, yeah.
Yeah, but look at those, man. What's carrying that?
They're all right. Dude, Sea Jackal's a pirate. Sea Jackal's like literally the best Syndicate card. Sea Jackal
Hey, what about
is so
Bincy?
Sea Jackal's great.
Pirate.
Yeah, Bincy's good. I like Bincy. But it needs more of that, you know? Like, SY Pirates and like SK Pirates is obviously clearly far more ahead than SY Pirates. Like, SY suffers from having so many archetypes that it doesn't know what to do with itself right now. Witch Hunters are dead, Pirates are dead, all that stuff.
And this is Skellige.
Yeah, compare that. Look at those pirates, man. Look at those Giga Chads. They're fucking great. Like, it's just a shame. It's just a shame. It's really just a shame. I would love more support for those, but that's obviously like they got to do a lot of work for that.
Yeah, maybe in the next expansion.
Yeah, who knows? One. Yeah, they are the what do they call the price of power, right? That's, I think, what's the next one's called.
Price of
power.
That's a good segue, isn't it?
Gwent Pop, basically that's what everyone's calling it. It's the Pop expansion. But yeah, I think that is where we're going to see the stockpile change, right? Because of the mages being included in it. Yeah, you guys. And what do you guys think will be the stockpile change then? What do you guys think they're going to do to make it better?
Deleted from the game.
Deleted from the game. Yeah.
Goodbye.
I don't know.
I mean,
that was stockpile sim.
What?
I
don't know, man.
You're not. Never change.
Never change. Never. Don't make any changes at all. Just leave it.
No.
If you think about it, if they delete it, then you won't be able to do these rank 32 pro challenges anymore.
Personally, I don't really want like stockpile in its current design to be like good though. Is the thing. Stockpile is so greedy when it works. Like, imagine if all they did was just like make Vizikoda like 7 strength, and then it was like a competitive tier card, and like maybe you could run stockpile, and then they just like left it at that. Like, that would not be fun.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, like the main thing I think even Sawyer's mentioned in the chat is, why is Jenge neither pirate nor warrior, but an SK bounty hunter? People think, what, really?
Well, I mean, he is about like I can only say I've only just met him in The Witcher 3, but he's not really a warrior or a pirate, so it kind of fits in a weird way. But it doesn't fucking matter. Just throw a tag onto him. Who cares? Like, make him whatever.
Yeah, I liked how they made the Salamander mage finally a mage. You know, in this in the next patch, it was missing the mage tag completely, and now it's gonna be a mage. So you know. Like, yeah,
I don't know what you would add to it, like, because like if he's a bounty hunter, he's just a bounty hunter, isn't he? Like, you wouldn't really make him arbitrarily a pirate or a warrior, as much as you'd like to. I mean, I'd love that; it'd make my day a lot easier. But yeah, no, he's just a dude. He's a dude doing his job out there in the Isles, you know.
Yep. And this guy's a mage, is what I was pointing at. Finally, you know.
I know what a mage is, Zubedoo. I know what a mage is.
No, what I'm saying is they put the tag finally. They're like, okay, this was missing, guys. But this could be like a buff with the new cards that are coming in place of power, right? So maybe it was something that was necessary, and they, you know, put it with some gold synergy with maybe some gold mage and syndicate. Who knows?
It's clearly going to be a mage
making it a mage because flavor and like Reddit. The source of all great changes
is Reddit
and flavor.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Reddit's a fantastic place to get opinions on.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Okay, any closing words on this topic, guys? Anything you would like to comment?
What the fuck is the topic?
Gwent talked an upcoming patch.
Oh shit!
Fucking with you.
Oh, okay.
No,
I want your flow.
I don't know. I should probably read the patch notes. That's probably what I should. That's all you hear from me.
Even though I've read the patch notes, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Gwent is a game. I hope it continues to be a game. It pays my rent. I hope I continue to be able to play cards, and you know, it's good. I like Gwent. It's fucking better than Hearthstone and Runeterra. That's for fucking sure.
Okay, I see. and Redrame, from a pro player perspective, what would you like to, you know, comment on the patch till now, at least up till now?
It's always hard to know from the pro perspective until you actually see full changes. But I'm glad it's happening. Right. What I will say is that I think a lot of people were overstating how bad this meta was from a pro perspective. Honestly, it felt like for once there were like options in terms of like, not necessarily options, but it didn't really feel like there was like, oh, there's this one deck that's just busted as fuck and you have to ban it. Yeah. Like it felt like there were multiple strategies for trying to build a lineup and teching for specific matchups and banning out specific matchups.
That is a good point. Like I think we very rarely saw.
It's just too stale. It's gone on for multiple months. Like at this point, it feels like we've kind of just hit the point where everyone's running the same decks.
Yeah,
which is never that fun.
Yeah. I'd say the time frame they chose for updating is good, actually, because like at this point I am a bit tired, and like the change is great. Like now that we're getting the changes, the expansion, etc. I like what they're doing with the roadmap every 2 months, etc. I think it's going to be good. Like it's a good time frame. Like I'm just getting tired of things a little bit, and the changes are coming soon. So it'll I can't complain. I think it's pretty good. Somebody asked in chat, when will we see Denpai and Redrame in a WWE wrestling match after Corona?
Oh,
you want to do it, brother?
Hell yeah, brother.
Let's go. I'm gonna come on your face, brother.
Do I want to do it anymore?
Guys, this is going on YouTube and Spotify. Just saying.
Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry.
We might need some editing anyway.
Okay.
No.
Dude, we got shirtless belly dancing. Like, you're gonna have to edit the fuck out of this. It's fine.
Okay. All right. So, continuing on. First of all, when it comes to like the management side of things, I would like to congratulate Team Creve on their website as well. I think they had opened it up very recently, right? So, congratulations, Flohmega and team, on the website. How did it feel? How did it feel when the website went live? How did you feel?
Oh, it was actually big weight off the shoulders, man. We were working on it for quite a while, and it was just, yeah, it was really good to get it up and running and start focusing on content and stuff. So yeah, really excited, and big shout out to all the members from Team Creve, man. They're a bunch of legends. So yeah.
That's really good to hear. And as we're talking directly to you, actually Kung Fu Rabbit had a very specific question for you. What happened to your streaming career?
That is dead, unfortunately.
Why?
I decided it wasn't something I wanted to take on at this point in time. It was the amount of work and stuff that was coming in from like real life, and then obviously the team management side of things. It became a little bit too hard to focus on like streaming on a regular basis. So although it was something that I wanted to do for fun whenever I could, I just couldn't mentally like do it at the time, and I just figured it's probably best to just focus on other things and then just sort of take that on whenever I get like a free day or something. And I guess I can do a stream every once in a while, but I don't know, it's hard.
Okay, all right, starting with Denpai now. Okay, don't worry, it's an easy question. What's the
Go ahead.
What's the most interesting event, okay, or something that has happened with you being as manager of Bandit Gang? What would you say is the most interesting thing, and would you like to describe it for us right here? Go ahead.
I'd have to say the most interesting thing for me was probably the God, I have a lot of answers I can give. It's hard to pick one, but
you can give us
maybe
two.
I'll go two. I'll give you two. There's I have to say that the Duel of Dogs was something I was particularly proud to see come to fruition. Seeing everybody band together and, getting everybody for casting opportunities, all that stuff, and, synergy, organizing things, and everybody from all over coming together for our little tournament and stuff. And hearing the reception and all that stuff, seeing it like really materialize, people like it really made me proud of everything we do at BG. We do often get called like a meme team and all that stuff, and that moment, the tournament, really did help solidify things a lot for me. And I was really proud of that. So that was one thing. And this one's more personal, this last one, but I really want to spotlight this. Recently, over the last couple of months, we've really started to come together in terms of like cohesion. We've started doing fortnightly meetings all the time between our content team and stuff, and we're always talking about article ideas. We're getting people continuously really hyped up for creative moments. We always tell every member of the team, like, if you have an idea and you want to do it, let's just collab and make it happen. It's really, really fantastic when you can, on a Thursday evening, jump into a call with 10 plus people and talk about what you want to do and what you're doing with your channel, what you're doing with the game, how to spotlight this, how to spotlight that. I've never felt more creatively driven than the last couple of months, for sure. Like, we've really managed to come full circle in that, and I'm genuinely proud of what BG is doing in that respect. So those are like my personal highlights, if I can stop being a meme for a moment. The next highlight would probably just be after I kick you off the team, and then we're good. So see you later, Zubedoo. You're done. Nothing personal, kid.
Well, yeah, that was actually perfect. I think that's the Duel of Dogs thing. Yes, I think I remember. I wasn't even part of BG when that happened, but yeah, when I saw like that whole thing, come into fruition, I was like, damn, they're doing a good job,
I was really proud of that. That was a really big moment for the team, and I'm I'm sorry to expand. I just
go ahead.
Fucking when you have other events that can be, what the fuck are you doing with your glasses? When you have events that are like some tournaments can be complete clusterfucks, mismanaged and done very poorly, and I was very proud of the organization that we did for Duel of Dogs. The feedback was great. And to have a tournament that more or less just went off without a hitch and people genuinely loved, other than some people complaining about time zones, but I can't fucking, I don't control the time. You live where you live. Fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good. There was no big drama or anything like that. People came out, they played games, they kicked ass, and yeah, I just that's one of my biggest proud of BG moments, and I hope to continue that for sure.
Okay, and Raim, would you like to go ahead? Is there anything ever interesting being, because you manage so many things, right? Something interesting has to happen.
I'll be honest. All the answers that come to my head are things that I can't tell y'all.
Okay,
that's where it really gets fun.
Okay,
there's some juicy shit behind closed doors.
What about when you joined BG?
Hell yeah, that was pretty great.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, two big things for me. Just I'm really proud of what we've been doing for World Cup. That's a really, really easy answer, even though it hasn't actually happened yet. Honestly, I think the thing that really makes me proud about World Cup is just the fact that our staffing is completely new on it, and Santu literally just volunteered to be willing to help us organize tournaments, which is kind of a huge job. It sounds like the sort of thing that someone would volunteer for and then realize how daunting of a task it is. But he is just charged head forth, and he's always there. He's always willing to help. It's really impressive. I have mad respect for the guy. He's doing a really great job with it. And obviously, I've put in a lot of my own effort to try to help him out. And, I would say it's our event. I wouldn't say it's his event. But at the same time, it's it's kind of blown me away. And it's really cool to see that, honestly, I kind of walked in with no real managerial skills. I just knew the team well, and I knew the Gwent community well. And it's really cool to see that, I have a team of people that are just, willing to step up to the plate and help. It doesn't necessarily have to be me doing everything. And, that's a big moment for me to, it just feels really good. And, obviously the help from the other folks as well. Santu caught me by surprise the most, just because it's he has to completely learn the ropes too, and it's completely unestablished volunteer position. But I've gotten a ton of help from Ellis as well. She's amazing. It's just you tell her to do something and it's bam, it's there and it looks awesome. And I assumed for graphics I had to be much more communicative in terms of what I wanted, that sort of stuff. It's just amazing how self-motivated my team is. I love the best part as a manager is when you don't have to do the work.
I'm with you on that one, buddy. I'm with you on that one.
And believe me, I've had to do a lot of the work, but I've had to do a lot less of the work in areas that I didn't expect so much, which has definitely been very welcomed on that front. I mean, for me, the other thing, just because I'm both a competitive player and I love helping people, I absolutely love our prep. I don't really feel like I can take credit for it, because Aratuza prep has always been super wholesome. I really feel like it's what separates us as a team, just in terms of how it feels like most of the time, despite the fact that we have really, really high level players who are uber competitive, generally we are just willing to work together as a team because it makes sense to, and because it like furthers us as players. Compared to a team like TLG, which in their defense they're a much larger team in terms of like their competitive roster, but they generally break up into much smaller groups. And it's just so much fun to like be able to hang out as a team and like theory craft together and like get to work with so many cool people. Like it means a ton. And like unironically, like the week Cole played in World Masters, I spent like 30 hours with him the week before, and I just didn't mind any of it. Like I was just happy to do it. And a lot of other teammates as well spent a ton of time, maybe not that much time, but like, yeah, it was, it felt really good, especially in like the specific moments where the prep just like really clearly paid off. Like it felt like Cole just walked in knowing what to do in each matchup, and where Cole eventually stumbled was when we had to go against Paja, and we had like no time to prep. And then it was like, oh shit, we could have prepped to that. Obviously he gave it his best go, and it helps a ton that he's a really strong player. But like, yeah, I mean, it felt like we really did make a difference there, and that's always really cool to see.
Yeah, that's really interesting, actually. I was completely caught with that one. And what about you? Tenpai, what the?
I'm crying.
Right. Oh, okay.
Can't you see my tears?
No, I can't, actually.
Beautiful.
Okay, and what about you, Flo? Anything interesting ever happened? Come on. You gotta have something for us.
In terms of what, sorry?
So in terms of management, right? Like you managing the team as such, has any experience ever been like, kind of I wouldn't say life-changing, but interesting. I just wanted to keep it as a most simple word as possible.
Well, we are relatively new, so I can't really say that there has been a lot of changing. I think probably the Creve League has sort of taken off into a direction that's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely grown. Like we started off with the OCE League when we were Oceania Gwent, and then we moved on to, after the rebrand, we moved on to the league because we saw it was sort of taking off, and ever since it's sort of grown, like every single one we've been doing. So it's really cool to see people enjoying it. And we just want to keep sort of providing that, a place for people to sort of, for anyone to join, really. Like you could be a veteran player, a new player, intermediate player, doesn't matter. Just, you go in there, you test your tournament skill, you learn, you grow, you understand the game a little bit better, and we try to keep that friendly community vibe going. I think that's very important as well, because our team most certainly wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for the community that we have supporting us. So just, a huge shout out to the community that's, been there with us since the start, and we're growing still. So yeah, it's awesome. I guess that's been really inspiring. And other than that, like the team that I have they're a bunch of really cool lads. We've definitely grown over the past few months. I look forward to it, man. It's a new chapter, see where it goes. At the end of the day, it's all fun, it's all friendship, it's all love. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Teamcreve.com, baby.
Teamcreve.com. That was exactly where I was going to go if not for the story part, about Creve League, and what a great thing you guys are doing by having that thing, right? Because I think even I want to take part in that soon as well. So yeah, it's definitely a really good thing to hone your skills and things like that. And yeah, it's like the best thing you could do. All right, with Rame, I have a question specifically for you. So you might have kind of answered this already with a few previous points that you've made. But how do you handle like this, pressure of, okay, you're the manager of Team Attitudes' pro team and so many other things like that. And, you're consistently a pro yourself, taking part in opens, being number one on ladder, How do you maintain this, man? Like, genuinely, how do you do it?
If you want the honest answer, I don't. It's like it's
Okay.
the cost comes somewhere when things cost time, and for me, it's like I really ought to be finding a job or like doing something with my life.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's I mean, okay, I'm being maybe a little bit facetious here.
Mhm.
It's like I can handle it. Like for me, honestly, I expected to be taking more of a step back from being a pro when I was willing to volunteer and be a manager. But honestly, like just given that so much of my manager work was competitive, and like I particularly have a fondness of working with those guys. It's just like it made so much sense to me that it's like I really want to see my team push forward. And I think one of the big initiatives to me was it felt like last year a lot of TLG players really went out of their way to gain crown points, and we just kind of didn't. And so to me, it's like I can't just be like, "Yo, guys, game more crown points, Pepe smile." Like it's a fuck ton of laddering work. And so, like to some extent, I kind of just want to lead by example there, and say, "Yeah, this makes a lot of sense to do." And I'm willing to give you the company as well because I have my own skill set. I can play for crown points too. I can make it to World Masters, baby. It's where the money's at.
Wow. All right. So it's all about having just
So,
like
to
a.
some extent, I almost view being a pro as an extension of my job as a manager, and I would say that most of the cutbacks have been in the streaming, and to some extent, my real life.
Yeah.
But honestly, the real life part I could manage, and I think really maybe all the shit I do with Gwent is just because I'm scared of real life. It's definitely possible.
So it's like just about
I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
So it's like just having that positive, mental attitude and saying that you can do it, kind of thing, right? That's it.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
not thinking about the pressure as such.
Here I am sitting here doing it.
Yeah, and
Respect.
and we gotta respect Flo being here as well for so long because it's really late for him as well, and him being here and sitting and actually listening in, and Denpai showing his feet that he's on the beach is just it's insane how nice you guys are doing here. But what?
What? I missed that one. What did you say?
I said I'm soaking up the sun. It's really nice out here. You've got a great backyard, Flohmega.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Okay. But well, guys, with that said, we are going to be concluding this podcast. We have spoken what we want to speak about. We've obviously gone, I think, above time as well. But hey, I think it was great that we did. You guys had some really interesting points. So obviously, I didn't want you guys to cut them down. So before we leave and before we end, before we leave and before we end, let's let the lovely people in chat know where we can find each of you, right? So Redrame, where can we find you?
Where can't you find me?
Oh, that's true.
If you look at his Steam page, it's just playing Risk of Rain 2.
No, but seriously, where can we find you?
Like, I don't know. I have a Twitch page, I guess. I do the Discord thing sometimes. I don't know. Most of the other times, I usually just get prodded to go anywhere else. Those are probably like the main two.
All right. Flo, where can we find you, Mr. Flo?
You can't find me on Twitch. I won't be streaming, unfortunately. Anytime soon, at least. So not there, but you can find me on Twitter, just at Flohmega, I guess, and in the Discord, Team Creve Discord as well. I'm usually active in there. Apart from that, the other Creve members as well, man. Show them some love if you can. Bunch of awesome guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. And before we get on to Denpai, Kung Fu Rabbit actually has a question. So we're going to get to that. What happens faster? Redrame on Masters, next Flow stream, or Denpai staying on Pro?
What's up?
So, what's gonna happen faster, right? Redrame on Masters, next Flow stream, or Denpai staying in Pro?
I don't think I'm not even in Pro. Are we saying staying out of Pro?
Yeah, like, are you gonna hit Pro or not?
You fucking wish, don't you, Water Boy? I think Flow streaming is probably better than either of us achieving our dreams.
What? No. Come on, Redrame is definitely capable of hitting Masters. What are you saying?
I didn't say he wasn't capable of
Then why
it.
are you saying it's not gonna happen first? Come on.
He didn't even say winning Masters. He just said on Masters. Get the Masters, baby. You can't stop me.
That's true. That's true. It was worded in a very weird way.
All right, fuck the doubters. Fuck on off over here, Denpai.
All right.
My answer is is me, baby. There's only one right answer to that question. Flo's not gonna fucking stream, and you're not gonna fucking make it to pro rank.
What the fuck? All right. Well, yeah.
All right.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, he's not. That's the thing. He's not wrong, dude.
I played Ozzy. I played Alzer and Cosimo today. All right. So yeah, you're not wrong.
Hell yeah.
No, let me tell you how right you are. My fucking Gascon managed to hit a 0 today. All right, you're not wrong. You're really not wrong.
Wow. But yeah, okay. Let's go on with it, guys. Denpai, where can we find your lovely face?
Okay, so if you want to find me, I am over on onlyfans.com/KingDenpai. That's one of the ways to find me.
Wait, actually though?
Yeah, I have an OnlyFans.
Wait, shit.
What do you mean shit? You're gonna go sub?
Yeah, he's gonna tier 3 sub you right now over there.
Oh my man. Yeah, if you search KingDenpai, you can find me on onlyfans.com. I definitely update it, trust me. Look how ready he got as well.
Why does it exist?
I made it for April Fools. I made it for April Fools. One day.
Damn.
One day.
No.
One day when my career washes up, I'll put my anus on somewhere. You'll see.
Oh god.
No, but you can find me over on twitch.tv/KingDenpai, twitter.com/KDenpai. I have a YouTube that I don't update, but maybe go sub to it if you want. To be honest, like fuck me. Just go check out BG. If I can ask you to do anything, if you're listening to this, go check out the talented people over on Bandit Gang more than me. Like they deserve it a lot more. Give up and comers like Karost the love. Give Mercer the love. Give Zigzag the love. Give everyone on BG some appropriate love, and just that's all I can really ask. But if you really want to find me, I stream on Twitch, and it's yeah, I love fuck you, Zubedoo.
Okay. All right, guys. So that will conclude episode 4. Thank you guys so much for being on it. You guys were amazing. You guys were amazing to work with. I think, yeah, I couldn't ask for more. Honestly, I couldn't. So, yeah. And thank you for being... Man. Oh, no problem, man. Love having you guys. Oh, no problem.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, man.
Yep, thank you guys, thank you, and thank you everyone in chat who stayed from beginning to end asking questions. You can find me here on twitch.tv/Zubedoo, and the same on Twitter and even on GOG if you want to add me. So yeah, we'll be ending it now, and we will be back soon. We have some very interesting stuff coming up on the podcast, guys. Don't miss it. So take care and see you next time.
Let's
everybody wave. Yeah, of course we'll rate someone. Everybody wave. Bye.